basically this carburetor test is a complete success. Runs even better when I've brought the magneto back to top dead centre rather than firing just past top dead centre. That's why we're getting a lot of popping and spluttering from the exhaust. That was basically the only way I could run the old carby, was past top dead centre. I couldn't get it to start on dead centre. And unfortunately it runs so quietly and smoothly I can hear this horrible clatter coming from the bottom end. I mean, it's really bad. I don't know whether it's just started doing it or it's been doing it all the time and I haven't been able to hear it, but it's bad. So I'm going to be pulling this thing apart and finding out just what the hell's going on in there. It just doesn't sound good. It can't be good. I might even try and find some piston rings while I'm at it, because those rings are shot. That's all for the time being, folks. I'll post a response once I get it pulled apart anyway. Well, that's a good sign. There's that much bloody oil in the cylinder. There's no scoring or anything yet. I had a feeling maybe one of the lubrication galleries might have plugged up and starved the piston and cylinder. But that's okay. I don't know where the clattering's coming from though. Must be down in here. Maybe the big end bearing's gone. It sort of sounds like a big end. The head's alright. Yeah, it's oil. Probably one of the reasons why she's not firing properly. That carb is delivering too much fuel as well. It's a big problem. I've got to find a smaller jet for it or find a way to tune it down. Oh, that's odd. It's come loose. Okay, that might be part of the problem. It's a push rod tube. But I'll have all this apart and just start cleaning everything up and doing what I probably should have done before I put it together and painted it. But it's not hard though. Lift the barrel off, undo this end of the crankcase and bring it out. Too easy. This here is the head and valve assembly. The whole lot just lifts straight off. Tubes and your valve push rods, or the bottoms of the valves. There's your push rods. I never took any of this off, so it's still full of dirt. There's actually water in here, it's probably from when I first cleaned it. Yuck. Don't know if I'll take the barrel off. Oh, yeah, got to take the barrel off. And somehow get all this apart. I know I've got to take the oil pump off, the end housing, probably the crankshaft nut and gear for the camshaft. Obviously make sure that the gear comes off in the same position, or make sure it goes back on the same position it came off, otherwise I'll probably be in trouble. These things aren't too hard to pull apart, they're actually really simple. Just a bit of time and effort and get it back together right. This gasket's one of my concerns. I don't want to damage that. I have no idea where to get replacement gaskets for these engines. But if I turn her over a bit, you get a clatter. For starters, you can see a ring gap down there because these pistons are woefully. It isn't too bad considering what I thought. I actually thought the bearing caps were coming loose or something, but there is no actual bearing cap. It's just like this piston here. The crankshaft's bolted together in two pieces and you've got either a plain bearing or a bearing race inside. I'm going to do a bit of research on them and find out just what it is. I mean, if it's a plain bearing that I have to remachine, then I might just leave it as it is, but if it's actual bearing race, I might just be able to pull it out and replace it. I know it's going cheap, but I don't really have the time to mess around too much. The piston's slapping around like mad. They're a very loose fit. You can see the wear and tear on the sides. Again, I might just see if I can get some rings for it. Re-hone the barrel. And the barrel, you can see the original honing there and where it stops. It's all glazed over. Not that that's stopping oil from getting to the top. There's tons of oil coming through, so it probably doesn't even need touching. And again, I'll adjust the valves. That one there has actually slipped off its collets. That's the inlet valve. So I've definitely got to address that problem. Gaskets, I don't anticipate being able to find any, but I'll try. But either way, it'll run again. Whether or not I put it back together the way it was, or whether I rework, it's another question.